Can you all hear me? Can you all see me clear? Can you hear me? Anyone? Hello, hello everyone. We have 14 people here. Yeah, everything nice? Loud and clear? Oh yes. If it's not clear, maybe I have to sing a song just to make sure it is clear, you know? Well, I'm gonna wait until 2 p.m. Only we'll start this. Look guys, this time I made a proper stream, you know? I have like comments, my logo and stuff. Hope the music is not too loud, because it is pretty loud on my end. Maybe I should just looking very HD. I like it. And just to let you know, the stream is slightly delayed. I'll be reading your comment, but it's slightly delayed a little bit. It's not like I'm in a class with Discord or something. Please share this with your friend. If you see your friend, if you see their animations, if you see like their animations, whoever that has needed a extra information about posing, share this with them. You know, we can come and just hang out, everybody, and treat this as you know, looks and sound good from my end. Okay, thank you. Ting. Wow, a lot of nickname. You know, sometimes I cannot really understand that. I mean, I don't know who you are, but then I'm happy that you're here. Maybe it's my student that has not too sure if there's anyone, like any like new people that I don't know. I'll be using this rig later. This is my second time using this rig only. Actually, I'm not too familiar with this rig though. But hopefully everything is smooth later. It seems like it is pretty smooth moving right now. Just hope that my Maya won't crash. Just saw your post through, thought you make great kind of, oh, thank you so much. Ching, if I pronounce your name correctly. Keith, you have to explain a little bit why you have so many nicknames, and what is the best name should I call you? Should I address you? Let me put my mic more in front. While waiting for everyone, we just make like a stupid face, since it is a Sunday. Let's make a silly face while waiting for everyone. just to test out the rig. Wow, 1105. Wow, it's been a while. If that's the case, then you might have quite some experience already. If you're at 1105, well, you have around 8 or 9 years of experience already then. All right. Look at this rig, so amazing. Anyone use this rig before? This rig is just so perfect. Look at that. Look at that deformation. It looks so good. Ah. Oh my god. The name is Siu Hong Bash. Oh wow, Siu Hong Bash. I see. Shinwei. Ho Can See Tree. Shinwei. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. Just gonna. I scared I offend someone if I pronounce it wrongly. But oh, you are a modeler, so wow, modeler is here with my 3D posing class. It's amazing. Share it with your friend. Ask them to join the class. Okay, it's not a class lah. Okay, it's just like a chill live session since it is a Sunday. Everybody just don't think of tomorrow. Or make the teeth higher so that it looks more silly. So flexible with the facial expressions. It's amazing. It is half naked, by the way, and the underwear is very, very cute. I like it so much. It's a pink underwear. It's amazing. What is this? Is this like Adam Apple? Woohoo! This is amazing. What about this? Huh. What else I can do with the eye? I'm just warming up right now. Class is not the workshop is not started yet. Just chill out. It's your new name now. Fancy. Can't see tree. Whoever is here, give me a hello, everybody. Stan, hello. I see your eye. What's with the eye, Stan? Long time no see. I hope you are doing well, Stan. You are rushing for your final project. Yeah, keep it that way. Be active in the chat room. I like it. Wait, what is happening? Oh, I can't just simply move this command here. Let's change to my full face. Failed experiment. Who else is here? See, 16 people is here already. I'm happy. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for sharing your Sunday with me. You can say hi in the comment below. Maybe you are too shy to say hi because probably you have a new nickname that you're lazy to explain to me. Then you can just state out your name. Onchi, where is all your buddies? Onchi. No attendance check? Man, this is not class, man. This is just like chill. Of course, no attendance check. Tiffany is here. Hello, Tiffany. They're busy playing games, right? You're so nice. You're not busy. But you're busy, you know, watching PM's live stream. That's considered busy as well, right? This count as attendance? Who is this? Vision. Crying. Oh my god. Oh, Boone. Hello, Boone. Let's go. Who's Vision? Did I pronounce it correctly, man? I thought 2 p.m. Yeah, Manda, it's 2 p.m. Yeah. Let's have it slightly earlier, you know. I haven't started anything yet, so you're not late. Even if you're late, it's totally fine, you know. It's a free class, you know. You can come in anytime you want. Right? Anyhow, I'll still upload this whole video into YouTube. You can watch it back when you're free. If you have Qingming today, I hope that the sun is not too bright just now. For the early Qingming, whoever will the Qingming, please be careful. Me top fan. Okay, I need to mark this. Look at that. I put you on my top fan already. No, don't joke. I put you up, you know. You can't joke about that. Nice to meet you all. We have 20 people. Wow. Not too sure after a few hours, you know, how many people will still be here. But anyway, just don't treat this as a class, you know. Just chill. Just have a lovely Sunday, everyone. Just listen to me talk about posing. Well, it is almost 2 already. Hello, ni hao. This name is familiar. This name is familiar. Who's this? Is this Alex? Xavier. Ha! It's Alex. Oh, Yongwei, hello. Depth. Why need depth? Thanks for joining. What time is it? It is 2 something already. I guess I gotta. How could you not remember me? Because the name is very, very complicated. You know, I cannot really remember name. You know, I have very bad memories. And a student And nowadays we do all the online class, right? And then student will have all the amazing name that I cannot remember. With your normal name, I cannot remember already. Now with all the nickname, especially when I teach in the Discord, which is crazy. Victoria, hello. Kenneth, hello. Oh, Banana, hello. Hello, everyone. Wow, pretty on time. Now I have 24 people watching already. Easy. Share it out. Is that Ovin? Hello. Luckily you have a super normal name. Nice one. Hello. Oh wait, this Tiffany is familiar. Wait, so there's two Tiffany here right now. Is this Tiffany the Tiffany that I just met like yesterday? Oh no, on Friday. Tiffany Lee, I think so, right? Hello, Sui. Is there any meaning behind the Leon 07, Sui? Is there any special story behind that? Ha, Tiffany, hello again. You see me again. Attack of the Tiffany's, what the hell? So many Tiffany, right? I am the Saturday. Alright. Ardelia. Okay, so we have a Friday and a Saturday Tiffany. Oh, LV, hello. Hello. Wow, wait, there are 6 people. Why not we start the I don't want to say this as a class, okay? Why not we start this workshop when we have like a 30 views? 4 more views to go. My birthday. Okay, when is your birthday? Like you can state your years, your month, and date here. I allow you to say it in the comment. Yeah. Okay, we start the class when we have like 30 people, which is 4 more to go. Wait, shit, did I just say class again just now? No, I'm drinking Summersby. Hope I'm not drunk later halfway when I'm posing my 3D pink color underway character. Still don't know who is Vision. Coffee I had it early morning already, Later when I'm done with this live stream is the right time, which is 4 something, then I'll have my coffee time. Wait, June, hello June, it's you again. Yeah, this stream is going to be archived. You can watch it back later on. Or if you want to play games, suddenly you want to some of your friend ask you to join their Valorant match, you can just join. Or your 王子 match, somebody call you, join their 王子, play rank or something. Coffee overdose. Yeah. Time for some. Yeah, 2 p.m. Time for some alcohol. Alright, we have 29. Oh my, I'm so excited. This is kind of like the first time I am doing this. Okay, it's not first time now, okay. This is my second time already. The first time I have my buddy here with me. Just to ease out my ganjongness, now I'm alone, Anyhow, I have to try to do this alone, right? It's 2:29, share it out with your friend. I know it's your beloved Sunday. First time solo. Yeah, it's kind of like a boy band, a boy band, and right now I'm a solo. That kind of feeling. Do you guys understand that? There's a reason why my YouTube channel. I always invite people into my YouTube channel instead of me alone talking, because I have this I always have this imposter syndrome. You know, I always thought that maybe I'm not good enough, maybe my content is not good enough, or I do not have enough content to share with people. So I invite more people here, right? In a way, I can still start up this YouTube channel, but not just myself. In the same time, I can involve more friends to share their thoughts, which I think is very helpful for the animators out there, or even artists out there. You're natural. Wow, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I need to share this comment with everyone. Time to man up, sir. Okay. Alright, I'll try. Sorry, Manda. How are you doing, Manda? It's been one semester already. Thank you so much, Tiffany. Look at that. Look at that. When I click your comment, look at that. So cool, right? This comment thing. I'm glad I did this. Oh, thank you so much for the kind words. Okay, right. Okay, it's we have 30 people already. Let's go. I hope the music is not too loud. Yeah, I think the music is not too loud. Okay. All right. So this is just a free workshop that I feel like sharing, you know, back to the community. In this live, I will not sell you anything. No worries. I will not sell you anything. We are just here to talk about posing. Okay. I know there's a lot of things that we can talk about, but let's limit this to around 2 hours. Okay, around 4 something. We shall end this. You know. You all shall enjoy your Sunday after this live, you know, because tomorrow is Monday again. I believe a lot of people will have class, will have we have class, we have work also tomorrow. I have work also. You know, actually yesterday I have work. You know, Saturday, weekdays, weekend I also have work. You know, and I actually don't treat this as my work lah. Okay, especially the Saturday class also. I just treat it as, you know, a training ground for me to express my thoughts, you know. Okay, I'll be using this character to do this whole workshop today. If anyone here is interested, you guys can actually post together with me. I mean, obviously you don't need to show me. If you want to show, I mean, you don't need to show me, like you can upload to your social media, your Instagram or whatever. And then if you can tag me, it'll be nice. I can reshare that, you know. It's just posing. It's not like a full-on, it's not a full-on animation, so don't need to worry too much about that. All right. Man, I'm very stressed. Trying to not to fail other people. Yeah, that is hard, you know. When you try not to fail other people, it is stress enough. Hello. Banana is quite, yeah. Wait. A Vision don't simply sponsor. Sponsor by someone's read. Okay, cool. Let's quickly start this. All right, so today I am going to do like a 3D posing. You know, back in the college, if you are an artist back in the college, you will learn how to draw live drawing. You know, there's like a live model in front of you, then you draw on it. So when we draw, you know, especially people like me that I don't really know how to draw. Not to say I don't know, I can draw, but not to say very good. I find it hard for me to really understand and enjoy the class. You know. So now when I'm a professional animator, right, I notice one thing. Posing is just so important. Posing is just, you know, so important in animations. I remember back then when I first started in the industry, I always receive a lot of comments about my pose is not good. Hey, Dickman, your pose is not good. This is not good. You know, that is not good. They haven't really talked about my smoothness, you know, my impact, you know. They just talk about my pose. And then the more I do animations, the more I notice one thing. I come up with this conclusion. Animation is like, 3D animation, it is like changing one pose to another pose. And this is how I usually teach my student. Animation is about changing one pose to another pose to another pose. It's just that when you're changing the pose, right, how creative you can be. It can be like Spider-Man into the words, that kind of creativity, or it can be like a very realistic, grounded kind of pose, kind of transition. It depends, but we need to have a great pose. And when we talk about great pose, the definition of great can varies, every kind of situations, or coming out from different people, different director will say, this is a great pose, that is a great pose. So it's quite subjective, especially to students. Sometimes it can be very very confusing, like what is good pose. So I'll be explaining a lot in this workshop, like how we can pose it better, what is the thing that you have to take care when you see a real life reference that you just shot by yourself because TM keep asking you to shoot video reference, or you go into the internet, people keep asking you to follow the video reference when you animate. When you look at your video reference, you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to push the pose. Do I just follow the reference like 100%? Do I just push it a little bit? I'm gonna show you all like how I do it today. Okay. You guys can let me know if you have any comment, throughout this. Not comment, if you have any thoughts, or you guys want to chit chat, just chit chat there, and then ask me any questions you want, related or non-related. I don't mind at all. I just don't want to control everyone. Just feel free to talk. Okay, so today there's a few things. Okay, there's a few poses that I will be doing. See how much I can do today lah. Okay. Wait, this is all the drawings one. Later I will talk a little bit more, but I would like to start with like something realistic, which like something like this, something like this, something like this, this. Then we can go with the more dynamic pose. We started with slightly subtle where everyone is like standing only, then slowly we add more and more, we make it more and more complex, make it more and more like dynamic. Then more and more dynamic poses. I'm not too sure how many we can do today. We have some dance move, dynamic pose, and then some running pose also. And then hopefully at the end of this live stream, I can break down a little bit of film. Yesterday I just watched, Turning Red. It is amazing. The day I posted it up on my Instagram, I asked people like how's Turning Red. I kind of enjoy it. I love the style so much. Annie, hello Annie. I love the style so much. I love the animation so much. So cute, so fun, so exciting. I love it. Obviously it is not, to me it is not those kind of like amazing movie until you're like, holy shit, those kind of movie. But it's fun, it serves the purpose. But yeah, hopefully later I can break down a little bit more. Hello. Hopefully later I can break down a little bit more, maybe a little bit on the Arcane. I believe a lot of people are big fans here. I know that. See whether we have time. And then I also have a few more reference. Start with, okay. These are more easy to look at because this is a paid website to just do live drawing. That's why you have like a proper lighting instead of just finding it on the Pinterest. Okay, without further ado, let's go. I just want to start with like a something simpler, like this. Let me start by okay. See, I told you there's a lot of fans here. I told you. Okay, let's start with this very, very simple pose. Wait, this is not simple enough. Okay, let me find something more simple than that. I think this is even more simple, right? So every single time when we draw, I can't draw, but when we look at something, we have to find the biggest shape, right? I always share with my student, first impression is always the outer rim. If you are showing full body, it is always the outer rim that caught our eye. Then slowly only we will look at the face and then the eye, right? This is how a human work, or maybe some other human is different lah. Okay, I cannot judge for sure. Okay, so the impressions, right, is very crucial. It's just like when you're going to the first date, the first impression is so crucial, right? I bet you guys can channel with me about this. So looking at this, right, obviously we see a really nice line of actions here. Line of action is something that is always missing from a lot of like student work or beginner work. A lot of people didn't treat this as a 2D graphic on our 3D screen. No, because we are posing this in our 3D. When we are posing this in our 3D, right, our brain tends to think things in 3D. It is so hard for us to just treat it as like a 2D silhouette and all. And that is where we always forgot about line of actions. If you just look at the line of actions here, it is pretty obvious, but in the same time, it is not too crazily like curved like this. That's why some students, they cannot get it. So to create this, I see a few lines here. The first line is this line. This is the first thing that we need to catch. Then what about this leg segment? This leg, usually I don't really care too much about it. I will care about it later on. I learned this from one of my concept artist friends, Siu Hong. Siu Hong did mention about this when he is doing design. There is priority. There is the first priority, there's the second priority, and there's a third priority. And I use this a lot in my animations after I heard about that. And a lot easier for me to explain to students as well. The first priority is to catch this line of actions here, and then later on, the next thing that will catch is this. See how crazy it is for this contrapposto. A lot of people, a lot of students, they forgot about this. Let me make this smaller, maybe like this. Most importantly is this arc here, and also this two line here. It will be a lot easier for us to pose it out later. And the second priority that I will see is the leg placement. If you see the leg, right, as a human, our leg will not always place it nicely, like 90 degrees in front, because usually that is how robot pose it, because robot, the joint is very limited, right? They're always posing like 90 degrees, or always like orthographic front rotate, 90-degree rotation or 45-degree rotates. And as a human, we do not want that if you want to create a believable human. Because right now, if you just look at some of your friends, look at your family, the way they sit, the way they stand is definitely not like a robot, right? Everything is random. So leg placement, the hip placement is also very important. A lot of time, right, when we are posing, we do not want to just pose in front of the camera. That is also one of the biggest mistake to a lot of students. They like to pose in front of the camera. If you see it right now, if I have a camera like this, students like to pose it like this. This is what I mean. You see, it's perfectly aligned with the grid. Everything is perfectly aligned to the grid. When you're posing, we need to have some sort of a rotation so that it creates dynamic. If you see me right now, if I do it like this, it looks more dynamic, right? It looks more cool, right? If I do that. But it's hard for me to control that, when I do that. It's hard for me to control when I do that, so I just have to do it. Don't learn from my posture right now. Yeah. Then the last priority is the hand. To be honest, sometimes I find it not fair to the hand. I don't really care about my hand, because the hand is just too meat that is following my body. I'll say like 80 to 90% of my time. It wouldn't go like crazy unless you're doing dancing or you're doing some very dynamic pose, unless you're doing so. But most of the time as a human, we are either holding our hand like that, or just leave our hands free. Bring your hand in your pocket because you're insecure. a lot of time. If not, you just put it down, you know, sideway like this. So, you know, 80% of the time, the hand is following the body. Okay, without talking so much, let's quickly pose it in 3D. Is it very boring so far? Is it so far so good, everyone? Usually when I'm doing the class, right, I always thought that no one is following, and then because no one is giving me any response, you know. When I first started my posing, right, I always share this with people. This is a great tips that I forgot that where I learned it from already. I always start from the hip. Always remember, guys, whatever you do, you see animations, you fix animations, you pose your pose, start with the hip. That is the best tip ever for everyone, okay? I mean, especially to beginners lah, okay? Because the hip drive the whole body. So usually I'll treat it as like a seat concept, We start with the seat first, you know, then only you grow the root, which is the leg lah, right? Then once I'm done with the leg, then only I'll go up to my body. I go my body, then my head, my hand, you know. So this is what I mean by like seed concept. Look at my beautiful flower. It looks like an alien though. But you guys get what I mean, right? I hope you guys get what I mean, okay? 1, 2, 3 of it. Okay, let's start posing. So far so good. Okay. EDC. I'm not too sure what's that, but thanks for taking notes. Okay, let's start with the hip, because right now you see here, this is like facing towards the camera, right? And also before we posing, right? Especially when you're doing a film, shot by shot kind of animation, make sure you have a camera ready, because you do not want to do extra work, right? Because once you pose it and then only later you put your camera, it will be too late where you have to do double work. You know, you do not want to do that. I am a gameplay animator, so it is fine for me to put or not put, but just for the sake of saving some time, I'll just put a camera, put it like side by side like this, you know. Change this to my camera 1. It's my camera 1. And sometimes focal length can change a lot of things. If you see right now, I am in my focal length of 35, which is the most generic focal length that you can get from Maya directly. Sometimes it can be super default. If you see that things are it's pretty distort, you know. So usually when I'm posing or when I'm doing camera, I'll be very sensitive about this focal length, because it will change my amazing pose. You know, I do not want my amazing pose to be distorted, you know. Let's try to make it flat. You know, 60 is like zoom lens, you know, slightly more flat, so it is less distort. So just put it like this, and then here, make sure I'm not showing anything. I'll just quickly continue with posing it. So the first thing we knew already, so I believe we have to push it down a little bit. You know, when you're another thing, guys, a lot of people, they always confuse about this main controller and this controller. Don't simply use this controller, because this controller is a hip controller. It is not a body controller. A hip controller is for you to wiggle your butt. Besides wiggle the butt, it is for you to create a better line of actions, which I will explain it more later. This is a body controller, which it will rotate the whole body. It is basically manipulating the whole upper body here. Okay, don't confuse yourself. I just want to push this down a little bit so that my leg has more room to work with. So just like I mentioned, this direction is facing here. This acronym is one of the shoe that one of my colleague last time used to introduce me. And this is amazing sneakers. It's an amazing sneaker. Until today, I still think that it is very nice. And a few of my colleagues bought it. I'm like, wow, it's so nice. You know, even after a few years already, I believe this sneaker has been out for a few years already. It still looks cool. So you notice one thing where my leg might be a little bit too bent, but no worries, we can, we can change it a little bit like this. When you're posing a pose, right, don't forget to keep looking at different angle, because this angle is not the, is not, how to say, yes, you are looking at this angle, yes, but sometimes it will create, a lot of like weird shape where you don't know what happened. Why is it so weird? It's because there's something that you forgot. So now we are kind of done with here. Then what about this slanted rotations here? Should we use the main controller to do that, or I use this controller to do that? This is a great this is a great questions. Usually, if it's not too big of rotations, if it's just rotation like this, right, I will just use the hip controller, because I don't need to affect too much of my whole body controller. Always remember, if you move the body controller, right, it will affect the whole upper body, it will manipulate the whole upper. You do not want the whole upper to be affected also sometimes, right? So sometimes if it's just like a smaller rotations, I will just leave it and I will use the hip controller to do so. And now moving on to the upper body. If you see this upper body, right, this is an IK controller. Sometimes it is very confusing to a lot of students, because it can translate. When you translate, it will stretch like that, and you really do not want that, right? This is just a flexibility for you if you know what you're doing. If you do not know what you're doing, then it is very dangerous, because you can just you can rotate and you can also translate in the same time. So it's pretty confusing. If you're new, if you're a beginner, I'll strongly recommend you to always look for the FK spine, which is this. Now you have like a tree controller here, so that is a lot easier for you to control. I'll start my butt first, since the butt here is pretty obvious. I believe this girl kind of hunchback a little bit. Sometimes when we don't do anything, right, this main controller will always be so straight. When I'm doing curve on my spine, right, I like to push the bottom first. I'm posing my spine, I always select 3 of them. You can do it faster if you know how to do like isolations. This is the isolation. Where's the this is the isolation. I believe in Maya it's Control 1 is the shortcut. It will super fast for me to just you select one and then you select all of them right now. Control 1 again. So we are kind of selecting 3 of them. Curve a little bit, and then you see here. So in this kind of situations, right, if I want to move this controller here, I will not do 3 together at the same time right now, because right now I just want the upper body. If we break down clearer on what is happening with this reference here, you can see that this tummy area is facing this direction, this area is like facing this direction, and this should be the connection, and that is how we create a very nice curve, a very nice bridge. So if we rotate 3 of them together, it will be like this, right? Even though you have rotated a little bit to here, it will be like this. It will not connect it nicely. So I'll just put it like this. Just put it like this. The neck is freaking long. It looks like a giraffe. But when posing the neck, right, it is very important. A lot of students also they always have this mistake where they will break the neck. In this case, right, this is considered pretty broken already, because neck is supposed to connect with your spine. If neck's supposed to be a line that's connected, from here to here, connecting all down like this. Okay, so we gotta be careful especially when we have like a curved upper body, so we just have to like connect them like properly. Maybe you can have a little bit of just a little bit of a difference, but it's totally fine to just have a little bit. And also a lot of times, right, students like to animate this curve here, which is very annoying when I see it, because where you can curve the neck like this, especially when you're doing a character that has a long neck like this, it's going to be deadly. It looks very ugly when you do so. I'm sorry that I just created this very silly face. It looks so funny in here. Oh god. Yeah, look at that swagness, you know. So this is the seat concept that I mentioned just now. You know, we start with the hip first. Start curving the neck. I think it is some of the rig, right? They want to give a lot of like flexibility to animators, so there's a lot of like useless curve that you wouldn't use it if you're not achieving that kind of style. You know, like some of the like animations you can make the arms like curve like rubber, you know, like one piece or whatever. But you know, in most cases you don't use that, right? But it's just there for the flexibility, you know. And also when I'm posing my hand, right, always remember to pose with the shoulder first. If you do not pose with the shoulder first, you're gonna have double work. But it's definitely not something very, you know, it's not something very like, oh, you didn't pose the shoulder first, you know, your shot's going to look ugly. It's not about that. Okay, it's just like a small little general reminder for you all. And also sometimes when you're looking at this, right, we need to have the ability to see things in 3D. We need to have the ability to see them in 3D and really understand. And a lot of students, sometimes their brain is like too flat because they see things in flat and then they output things in 3D, which is weird because you see things in flat. That's why they cannot understand the 3D. And when they are outputting their pose, they are seeing their pose in 3D, so they cannot output it as a 2D. You guys get it? At the end of the day, you just have to use your brain a little bit more. That's what I want to say. Well, I do not have a pocket here, so it is quite awkward. You know, let's embrace the awkwardness together, alright? I know I always say that thing. Yeah, think in 2D, see in 3D. I think that's the correct word, you know? Alright. The hand is pretty back. You know, I just want to put it back a little bit also because, you know, I want to create a swagness from the girl. The girl has like a lot of like swagness. Hey, but then my face is like seriously ruining the whole thing. When you're posing, right, I'm not too sure if anyone here used this small little box here. Small little box, small little box. I use this box a lot. To those who don't know, right, this box, when you select this, right, is basically selecting this and this cursor in the same time. So it is kind of like a cheat code, you know. All right, when you select this. So in the same case, if you select this box, you are selecting blue and red in the same time. So if you just want to move around your leg without changing the translate Y, you will use this, so it will save you a lot of time by doing so. But a lot of people, they don't do this. Instead, they do this, they select the inside one. You know, when you do this, you thought that it looks good in this view, but it looks all broken and all intersecting to the floor. A lot of people, they don't know about this, you know. So it's another great tips for everyone here. Okay, I'm almost there, but it just doesn't look good enough. Like, what is the problem when things are doesn't looking so good? You know, a lot of time we are very particular about pose because Stickman keep mentioning about, you know, pose is important, pose is important. But somehow sometimes, you know, we just have to leave it there, you know, and start posing another one, and then we come back again. Then maybe you'll see something different. You know? For now, I'll just leave it like this. Oh wait, I just want to make it more complete by, you know, posing the pose a little bit, the finger pose. Even though you can't see in the pocket, you know, can you guys see my extra effort? Can you guys see my extra effort here? You know, posing finger also, I will select the biggest controller and then I will isolate them and select all of them like this. So it will be super easy for me to just curve all of them, even though I can't really see them. But never mind, just let me rotate this out a little bit, bring this. Relax pose is the easiest to do. I always do this kind of like a trick that is a really fast one. It saved my time because probably I am a little bit lazy in a way, but laziness sometimes can make me efficient. Sometimes though, huh? Sometimes. Let's not intersect that in. Same goes to this. I will do the same thing. You know, in this rig, it has this like very perfect finger master controller. Finger master controller. All right. You know, it will spread it so even, so nice. Select all the big dog. Right, and then I will select all of them, curl them a little bit, not too much. Sometimes you can just deselect all of the big dog. You can do this, not too much also, especially the first one. You want it to be slightly straight. You want the back one to be a lot more curved. I like posing finger for some reason. I cannot explain that as well. Oh yeah, look at that. We have our first pose. Okay, always remember, don't use the hip controller to pose. Use the body controller to pose the bigger action, and then use the hip controller to pose the wiggle or a smaller rotation just to curve the line better. And when you want to curve it, you use the big one. Just curve it a little bit in a different directions, and then the upper two, you know, you curve it back so it creates a very nice line of actions. And then also don't be too particular about your pose at first. Okay, you can create like a agak. Probably this is my like 80% of a pose. I don't think this is like good enough, but I think it is nice to just keep moving on, and then later on we can fine tune a little bit, and later on you will be surprised how much how fresh is your eye when you post this again. I mean, not like from zero again, but refine it slightly. Okay, so let's call it done right now, and I want to select everything and set the key. So there's a lot. Let's do this like this. I'm lazy to create a mel script here, so I create a display layer here. I can do this. So every time if I want to select all of them, I can just right click here, select the object, and just press S key. Yep, this is the first key. The first key is done. Yay! I am allowed to have a drink. Wow, there's so many people already. Okay, not a lot now. Okay, it's just 33. You know, whoever is interested, please share this with, you know, your friend. Let's read comment a little bit. Love Tickman lecturer. Yes, thank you so much. What if the reference has a different focal length? Is it better to match that or work with no distortion? Well, if your reference has a different focal length, then too bad. It's either if it's your reference, then you change it back. If it's too hard for you to translate it in your art, right? If it's not, then you just agak, you know, because we are not here to like fully 100% copying that. Hope I answer that question. I am indeed the Adrian with an Adrian. Why does he even have an extra curve in it? Oh, okay. How to deal with when reference and the rig character proportion is different? Yeah, it is exactly the same. Look at that. My proportion is so much different than this realistic and pretty girl from the acronym. You know, it is so much different. I guess we just want to catch the essence of it, you know, not to say like 100%, 100% copy. You get extra marks for extra effort. All right. So this is definitely not perfect, like I said, but we're gonna move on, you know, just like in life, we're gonna move on. All right, I'm not gonna make it too deep, you know. Let's not talk about life. We talk about life, we're gonna use, I don't know how long to talk about that, right? Okay, when we're done with this, let's move on to the next one. Let's do a one more like a casual one before we move on to like slightly more extreme. Is this considered extreme? Let's do this, okay? This is cool. All right. Let's do a second pose here. So let's do a quick study here. A second pose, as you can see here, sometimes it is weird, you know. Sometimes, if you notice this pelvis here, the first thing that I will see if my leg here is so straight, right? I will instantly thought that this hip should be like this. Sometimes I'll instantly thought about that because this leg is straight, you know. I put all the weight up here, but if you look at the line here, it is different. Sometimes me myself, I also confused about this. So what I'm trying to say is that it can be confusing when it comes to the contrapposto, but the impression is more important about it is not about whether or not this is correct or wrong. Sometimes your imaginations and your understanding, it just doesn't work in real world. Sometimes it just doesn't work, right? Do you guys agree that, you know, the leg is straight but then the weight is not there, it's in a different way? That's why we need a reference sometimes, because we are not God, you know. Sometimes we cannot really understand the mechanics behind it. So reference comes in very handy, and it really helps us to create a more believable stance. And obviously, the more you do it, the more you understand. You know, you will find the balance yourself, where to do more, where to do less. You know, again, hip first, you know, look at this curved line, they are connecting to each other, so it creates a really nice line of action, which is what I love the most. And if you can see here, you can clearly see that, you know, they are slanted a little bit, they are not flat. Again, they are not flat, guys. Don't post this flat in front of camera, remember that. Okay, it's slightly slanted, which is facing to that directions a little bit, you know, just a little bit lah. Okay, and then you can see the chest is slightly not parallel to the hip facing to that direction, maybe just a little bit to here, the chest. No one cares about the hand. And this time probably you need to care a little bit because, you know, you have like an amazing sword, 倚天屠龍劍, you know, it's like 凤凰. You know, I'm sorry to those who don't know how. I don't know what's the English name for 凤凰. If someone here know like 風雲, someone please translate it in the comments so that other people can understand also. You know, my English is bad. Or a lot of times I don't really understand the English. And then I know that this is a straight line. And I know that this is a straight line, it's slightly curved. I know that this is facing this side, this is facing this side. The facing is very important, everyone. Face anywhere, face here or face there is so important. It changes a lot of things, okay? This one, the same goes to the hand. If you're posing it with FK, just like what I did just now, the way your elbow is pointing is also very, very important. Like whether or not this, if you think about it, whether or not this is a straight line. Is this a straight line where the hand is posing out? Is it like 90 degree, like going out like this? Or this hand will go back or go front a little bit? So this is something that we need to agak because it is just one wheel for us to work on it, right? So let's quickly come into here and let's start posing it. Select all my controllers, set a key. So some people are very lazy, they would just rotate the main controller to like 180 degree to be like that. But I am not this lazy lah, okay? I'll still do rotations. Because if you want to make this as an animations, you cannot animate the main controller, right? You're gonna, you know, sometimes you just have to do all this shit that is very, very tiring. I know the hand is going crazy also because we are using isolations for the hand, right? You see, we're using isolation for the hand. Never mind, we can just do it like very, very quick one now. Oh, no worries. We can bring all this to 0, 0, so that's slightly easier for me to manipulate. We can put this to 180. so that it is a lot faster. And look at this very, very ugly head. Don't worry, I'll bring it back. But I have to know, like, where is where's the rotation? This is the rotation, right? Which is this. If I put it to 0, I think I should put it to 180. Come to here. And this is the not so good thing about isolation arm, because you have to do a lot of like rotation like this. If you know that your shots, right, has a lot of like rotations, don't use isolation arm if that's the case. If you're doing a lot of like spinning animations, like Monster Hunter kind of attack, where you will swing attack. If you're doing those kind of attack, don't use isolation, right? If you're only doing facing forward only, then you use that. If not, you're gonna take some time to work on it. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. Look at this. Hey, wait, why am I... When I turn to the back, why my underway become black? Is it because of the back facing? How do I do that already? It's been a while I do this. How do I make this back facing again? Every single time when I do it, I'm guessing it. What? Face normal. Yeah, I think I did it. No, I didn't. Wow, there's so many things here. I am so bad in modeling. Which one already, huh? Reverse. No, it's worse. Reverse normal. Ha! Wait, is it? I guess we made it. Yes. No, I didn't. No. Can I just don't care about it? No. I wish I know more about modeling sometimes. Even though I did do a little bit of modeling back then. Guess I fix it. It just took me longer. Okay, quickly. What time is it? Oh my god, I only have like 1 more hours. Oh, I thought it would be faster. No mind, just now we are explaining the foundation, right? Obviously it is slightly slower. Right now we're done with the foundation, we can bloom. Look at how I pose it. It can be fast, So let's look at this. The butt is not facing like 180. It's like this, like I mentioned just now. Bring this back a little bit. Bring this in front a little bit, like this. Open up the leg rotation. Ta-da! Oh, you guys are helping me. I didn't notice the command. Fengyun is equal to Storm Rider. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you so much, guys. Bring this back to 0 because it's a lot easier for me to control. Same goes to this. Do the trick like this. Put all my rotation back to 0. Ah, look at that. It's almost there, right? So in this case, right, you see there's not too much of like a big rotation on my hip, so I do not need to rotate too much on my hip like this. I just have to make sure my pose is as balanced as possible. If you're seeing right now, if you look at the pose here, it is very, very balanced in terms of the weight. Balance is balanced here. So now if you see, this is also balanced, but this is not the directions where I'm going, right? I'm going the biggest line of action priority is this. This is the priority, and then this, and then this. Remember that. Let's go. Right now I want to select all 3 of them. Just want to rotate just a little bit. I believe this one has a little bit of a hunchback. So I'll do the same trick that I did just now. I will move this slightly backward, just a little bit, and move this tool in front a little bit. Again, I'm not facing directly the same as where my hip is facing. So when I'm selecting one controller on my chest to move right, because I just want to tweak just a little bit. Always remember when you're tweaking your whole spine, you gotta move at least two together. If not, your shot is going to be pretty ugly. Your spine is going to look pretty broken and ugly sometimes. And also sometimes no matter how much you push it, it also doesn't look as curved as you want, you know. So if that's the case, we have to do it in front of the camera. We have to flavor that to the camera. See, now I'm connecting my neck to this curve here, but it still doesn't look as what I want. Look at this. It looks like a giraffe, man. It really looks like a giraffe. Why is it so hot though? Right, I guess it's about time to stand up. Woohoo! Oh shit. I didn't say the model hot. I only said I'm hot. Okay, that's even more weird. Never mind. Let's come back to here, okay? Just gonna chill out, man. Yes. I know it's a Sunday. Maybe you had like a Summersby or something. Or maybe I had Summersby. That's why it's so hot. Okay, again, make sure you rotate the shoulder first, and always remember one thing: the forearm, right? You can actually only rotate one direction. One, always remember that, you know, because our arm, this is the rules of the arm, you know. Some of the rig can't even let you to rotate other stuff, so we just put it when you want to achieve such shape, right? You have to do it from here, and it is not like perfectly like straight line like this. It kind of go down a little bit, as you can see. A lot of people, they tend. What happened? Am I still streaming? Oh, okay. A lot of people, they always thought that they are always connected one, okay? And also just now I did mention whether or not this whole chest is aligning with my arm here, or probably it's just like bigger like this, you know. So this is very crucial when you're posing something, yeah. So when you pose this in only one direction, and this is also another, the wrist is also another thing that a lot of people, they're misunderstanding about the rotations. You know, actually in our wrist here, there's this bone here is actually blocking us. We cannot really rotate into these directions. If you didn't know about that, you do it yourself and see. It is not working, guys. It's not working. So whenever we want to create like a curve rotation, you have to do it. You have to rotate the wrist a little bit so you can create this. You can't just do like this, you know. You have to rotate the wrist to do this. Other direction is fine, okay? It's just that in the thumb area here, you can't rotate in anymore. A lot of people, they don't know about this. Sometimes it can be frustrating when I see people break their wrist, you know. When I see them, I almost want to break their wrist also. All right, just want to make this down a little bit. Ah, it's almost there, right? It looks good. Make sure I set the key, select my object, set key. Now I got two poles. Hey, I got two poles ready right now. Okay, I don't want to listen to the music anymore. It's very loud on my end, but never mind. If you see here, yes, now we do not have the sword. Okay, we are not focusing on the sword right now, but it's more on the curve right now. So what I want to see is the silhouette of it, the curve of it, how curved I want it to be. Sometimes it can be like, oh, not enough, you know. If it's not enough, you know, I can push this back here a little bit more and then push this two further. You know, I can do such thing. Just make sure the stance is balanced, then it will looks good. And because of that, you can see that my toe is actually pointing to these directions. This toe is pointing to that directions. And you can see that it looks a lot more, it looks a lot more curved right now. And it looks cool. Oh yeah, it looks cool. All right, so the first two pose that I did here, it's slightly more subtle. It's more like just like a normal people standing around, maybe a little bit exaggerated. And a lot of cases we do not know how to pose this kind of subtle pose, but we are pretty good in posing like big and exaggerated pose. Sometimes exaggerated pose is how to say it? Sometimes it can be very how to say it? It's not extreme enough when we are posing extreme pose, because we follow too close to the reference, right? If you are playing some of the JRPG, like some Japanese game like Near Automata or like Astral Chain, you know, those poses like so extreme and so you just can't see and can't do it in real life. Maybe Spider-Man also. So sometimes we have to use a little bit of our imaginations. But I always mention, when you use your imagination suck. I always say that, right? But the more you do it, the more you understand the concept of posing. You do a lot of like breakdown, like what I did here. Maybe you will slowly improve your imagination a little bit. And then when you release when you don't take the real life reference, right? Bam! It will, your creativity will just all channel back, and everything just makes sense with your creativity, right? And that is what I want, right? That's what you all want as a creator or as an animator. But when you do not have a base, when you always use your imagination, you are using the imaginations that you have as a human, but not as an artist. You don't study people in your normal day, right? That's why you have the impressions on how an old woman is walking. You have an impression on how a baby is walking. But if I ask you to hand key a baby animations in Maya, you'll be like, holy shit, what should I do, man? Right? You have this. So if you didn't use reference to support you, things will look like crap, because your imaginations is a human, and you always use your human instinct to see stuff, right? You don't use the artist. Your artist mode is not on yet, right? So if let's say you practice a lot with your animator eye, look at it every single time, you go shopping lah, you go eat lah, you always use your animator eye, like, this is how you walk, okay? This is how you queue up for McDonald's. This is how you sit, okay? This is how you fight. All right. Then you always store all this information in, and then you can use your imaginations. Not for baby. Staring at people is rude, so you don't let them see you're staring at them. That's what I always do. It's weird. I totally understand that. It's so weird. Okay, let's do something more extreme, you know. Let's look at this right now. Okay, cool. Let's see this. You know, this one is very obviously it's very amazing. You know, very muscular. It's very hot. You know, it's hot. Dang it. But anyway, you can study this. You know, it's facing forward. This one is facing that direction. Okay, we are looking at direction already right now because we're smart. Okay, and I want to just rotate everything back so it creates like a really nice line of action. Hopefully I can connect this line of actions from the torso to my leg here, and then this one is here. You know, when I'm drawing live drawing, right, I have no idea what the hell I'm drawing, because my drawing is just like too bad until I just want to give up in my drawing, you know. This doesn't make sense, because there's so many things I have to take care. I have to take care of my angle of drawing that. Later there's foreshortening. I don't know how to draw, you know, and then I have to take care of the length of the arm. It has to be proportionate, you know. I have to take care of I have to keep comparing the gap between the silhouette, the height of the character. Man, You know, I'm just not so good at drawing, you know. But to those that can draw, I mean, when you know, when they can draw, when they train to draw, they can really master all of them. And when they're drawing, their brain is their brain is you know, calculating a lot of stuff, you know, thinking. The brain is constantly spinning just to draw that amazing pose, you know, which is amazing. Sometimes I find it very amazing. But now as a 3D artist, it's a lot easy. As a 3D animator, so easy. My character for sure is proportionate one. For sure. I just have to understand the directions. You know, there's lesser thing for me to take care. Just lesser thing lah. There's still a lot of things. You know, sometimes it got me thinking, a good animator or a good chef, you know, a good chef, they can consider a lot of stuff, right? They can consider the sourness of this, they can consider the sweetness of this, they can consider maybe we need a little bit of saltiness, you know, they can consider a lot of stuff, and then put those things together and bam, it creates like a really, really nice, you know, tasty dish. All right, come back here. This one is facing a little bit forward, but definitely I do not want this head to face directly with my hip. Like I said, we don't make it parallel. It's 3D after all. And then if you see this line of action here, is amazing. This is a really, really nice. The pose is too nice until Kenny say, wow, it is a nice pose. Yeah, nice one, Kenny. And this foot is facing this direction. This one is facing that directions. This one. Always remember, if you can find all these rotation directions, right, you are at least 50 to 60% there already. Your pose is quite good already, you know. Then we talk about balancing. When you know all the directions really, you talk about balancing. We talk about balancing. So this is kind of like a pose. It's like an A pose. This creates balance, A pose. And then, you know, those Pixar movie, they always like to say that, you know, one part of the posing is smooth, another part of the posing is contrast. I mean, or it's more complicated, that create contrast. And yeah, I agree to that. It looks nice when sometimes when you do that. Just like this pose right now here. This one is like pretty chill, you know, but this part here is not chill. It's not chill here. And then most importantly, they need to be balance. Okay, unless you're doing an in-between pose, then there's a different case lah, right? So now quickly move on to the next pose here. Select everything. Obviously, I will not turn the character back. I will not waste all my time to do so. I will just copy this and do it here. You know, I have to do this again every single time. Is it? It's so annoying. It is already facing outward. Anyway, let me just face it back to normal. Do I do that already just now? Would you push the poses even further to exaggerate or follow reference? I will definitely push the poses slightly further instead of following. You know, now that I have more experience in creating poses, I will not just post the pose. I will not just follow the reference. I will take the reference and then I will use that as my guide. And when I use that as my guide, right, I am more confident because I didn't create this by my own. The reference actually guide me through this whole creation. So, you know, sometimes when I'm too depend on myself, sometimes I doubt myself a lot. Some of the artists, they tend to do that, you know, doubt themselves a lot. So doubt themselves is not a problem. The problem is that you're not moving forward. When you're not moving forward, when you're not improving, that is a problem, you know. So I tend to use the reference as my guide, so that, you know, I am more confident to do what I want to do. Hope that answer your questions, Honchi. I always push the pose slightly further. Haha, this funny face is still very, very funny. Again, you see, I just want to bend this a little bit more. Again, I'll always do this from my base first, and no matter what happened on top, right, I don't really care too much about it. You know, I'll do it later on. Definitely will not have any problem when I do it later on. But if I only focus on the lower body, um, it will ease my mind a lot, you know. I can just isolate the body a little bit when I'm posing. When I first started posing, it'll ease my mind, and then I will not be too stressed about it also. Like in this kind of situation, I select three of them and then just rotate to the directions where I want. Look at that. Rotate to the directions. Rotate a little bit back here. Ha, look at that. Look at that pose. Damn, it's just that his face is way too funny. I'll push the pose later, but not now. I'll make this to 0 first. Just now we were saying that these directions and the hit direction, the hit direction is pretty similar, right? Talking about philosophy and life experience, you're just good at giving motivation content. Oh man, maybe I can think about that, right? Man, this content is not loom yet, so I don't think I'll create another content, another channel so fast. Yeah, I can combine a little bit here and there, you know. Thanks for saying that. So nice. Thank you so much, Annie. You know, before I started teaching, the only comment that I get is from my teammates. So when I started teaching already, I got a lot of comments from my students. And now that I've started YouTube channel, I got a lot of comments from a lot of people. And I think that is how I grow, you know. I listen to different type of people, and then I will just pick the comment that I think that is relevant for me to improve further. That really completes me, and that really makes me improve further as a human being, or even as an artist. Because if your friends or the people that you are meeting is just this few amount of people, right? Unless they are freaking amazing. I mean, if they are just your friend, you know, no, like probably you be with them for like long enough, then you will only listen to what they say. Right? You forgot a lot. There's still a lot of things that you can learn from different type of people, different age, different experience, whether or not it is a student or whether or not it is very experienced artist. I learned so much, to be honest. When I just started this YouTube for quite some time, it's not too long, you know. It's just for a while. Oh, look at that! It looks like I'm playing Tai Chi right now. I mean the pose. I'm not playing Tai Chi. You know? So I'm posing like Tai Chi. Let's try to. If you see how the way I pose my shoulder, right? Because just now was like that, you know, it really exposed the whole neck here, which, you know, it's not so good, you know. I just want to create some muscular line in here. I just want to push the shoulder up a little bit more and really understand the concept of why this person is doing this, you know. Oh my god, I wear a whole black shirt, they can't really see. Like, why there's this piece of things that. Sometimes the shoulder can be super expressive. No, I don't want to put my neck too low. Have this a little bit. I'm gonna quickly work on the feet here. Very easy. I'll quickly do the same thing as how I did last time. Just select all of them and just rotate them. Woo! So what I'm trying to say just now is that the more you expose yourself, the more you will receive good and bad feedback from different people. Sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. It just depends on whether or not if you're ready to accept all this feedback, or if you're ready to accept all these praises from everyone. And after I started this YouTube channel, I got a lot of like a very amazing feedback from you all. It gives me a lot of like confidence, and I'm even more happy after I started this YouTube channel because I get a chance to talk to more people, get a chance to really inspire, and in the same time let people inspire me as well. Kind of open the door. When you're posing feast, you don't just put the feast like a square like this. You're gonna put in that extra work, right, guys? You wanna impress people, you gotta put in some extra work. Look at that, look at that, look at that. You know, we don't just put like a square feast. All this small detail matters, but obviously this shouldn't be our priority. Like what I mentioned just now, this should be the additional stuff that is supporting your primary. This eye is just too funny, man. I have to move it. I have to move it, move it. Gotta move it. You know, it takes time to create a post. That's why, you know, to be very honest, I don't really like blocking that much. It's very stressful when every time when I do blocking because I have to set the direction and all. I like doing polishing. Polishing is amazing. Right, I'm done with the post right now, but then the force of this post is not the same as this reference here, because you know probably I'm not doing good enough right now. I gotta push a little bit more, just a little bit more. Again, like I said, I do not want to marry to this post too early. I just want to capture the essence a little bit more. If I try it a few more times, it's still not working, I'll move on to the next post already, because you know there's quite a lot of posts to push later on if I am doing a full-on like animations. So you know, with just chest push up a little bit, oh, you kind of create like a better feeling already right now. Yo, look at that. You know, to push the line of action a little bit more. Now this camera comes in very handy because you know you can really check your line of action and all. But then the more I do that, the more I feel like the force is not as like pushing to this direction. You know, this, you can really see that this is pushing to this direction here, and I want that. I want to create that also, not to like pushing like too backwards. So use this and oh, look at that. Oh, I have bicep. Come on, look at my bicep. Maybe I gotta chill a little bit. And if I just set it here. Don't forget to save your file. All right, we have 3 polls here, even though I've talked a lot. Let's go back and just see what I did. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's time for me to drink. More body twist, yeah. Oh, Nikki Quack is here. Hello. Nikki Quack, hello, hello. Wait, there's a lot of comment. Oh, I thought I broke my wrist already. You broke your hand? Man. Sure, it wouldn't give depression. Well, depression is well, it's another topic about for that, you know. Become philosopher? No, I don't think I'll become philosopher. It just feel nice to talk to you. Thank you. When Yamcha. Anytime. 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 Just message me, right? You know where to find me. Oh, that's nice to hear. Is this how you usually sound like when animating? What do you mean, like how I sound like extra excited when I'm animating? If I'm alone, obviously I'm not talking. When I'm alone, I'm like, this is how I animate when I'm alone. my eye will squint like that, like because my brain is like running like so fast like a Ferrari, you know. There's a lot of things that I have to take care, a lot of things that I have to think, you know. But when I teach, I have to relax my brain a little bit so that I can express whatever I want to express, so that the student can understand more. Okay, so what I want to do next right now, just now I keep mentioning, do not marry too much to your post, you know. Once you post it like almost 80%, keep moving on to the next post, next post, and next post. And that is how you be more efficient. Then, but TM, this post is not good enough. How? I cannot. The post is not good enough. I have to make sure it is perfect before I move on to the next. That is what I call perfectionist in not a good way, you know, because the perfectionist is holding you back. Perfectionist sounds like a thing that is so beautiful, but you know, sometimes this perfectionist artist that you have inside you is not helping you at all. Whatever things that you believe, if that thing didn't help you to push it forward, and that is not helping you, and that is not good. Okay, you can believe anything that you want as long as you're moving forward. Okay, so now when I have like, let's say 3, 5, 6 poses or the key poses already, now I can go back and see how I can push this thing further. What is the thing that I can do, how I can push it further. You know, sometimes I do it like this, and then I notice one thing is that sometimes when I post and I add more and keep refining it, it will become a lot better. It become better, better, and better. So let's say right now I want to select this and I want to do another post here on the next key here. Let's say I copy and paste this. So copy and paste and think of like how I can improve this further. Let's say maybe I'll rotate this a little bit more to that direction. I want to enhance the post a little bit more. You know, push my neck here a little bit more. Then with that, you can see the comparison. You can really see how much you have changed. I want to add the curve on my arms here because I just want to push it nicer. And then I think my leg here can move here a little bit more. I want to show my arm a little bit. Look at that. And that is how you push the post. It is so easy when you have a base, then only you push it further. When you are creating something new, it is hard for you to push to the full potential. And usually, us as a perfectionist artist is not creating a great post, right? You have to let it go. Sometimes let it go, create something, and come back, take the base and push it further. And now you'll be surprised if I select this, set a key, and I check back my previous one. Look at that. Look at how much I've changed, guys. This or this, this or this, this or this, right? So if now without a reference, I take that reference, I kind of copy it 80%. Now I just add a little bit more of the flow, my artist, my animator sense into these animations. Damn, it looks nice. Look at that. It creates a better flow in 3D. Anyhow, our eye is still looking at a flat things, right? And we are manipulating our rig in 3D, right? So, and then with obviously with the study and with the experience you have, you can push it even better, right? So now the next one here. If you look at this, it looks normal. It's not to say bad, it just looks normal. So how I can push this further? Select this again. I just want to set another key here. So now, when you want to push a character line of action more, always start with the hip weight. Start with the weight of it. When you shift the weight slightly to the left or right, there's more room for you to curve your body. And that can always create a better line of actions. And this time I do not want to bend my body so much because I want it to look like you know, cool. And I also want this shoulder to be like up higher. I don't want that to be too like strict line like this. Just want to see a little bit of my, you know, the corner, the silhouette on my face here. I just want to show a little bit more. Look at that. Looks cool, right? And I just want to push this out a little bit, and because I want to show my finger a little bit more. Curve my backhand like this. Just want to curve my finger a little bit more. And every single time when you come back after a few more keys, right, your eye is more refreshing. And sometimes this is how your friend sees your animations, because you come back and your eyes is more fresh. And sometimes when we deal with the shot for too long, right, sometimes we kind of forgot about the beauty of it because our eyes is numb. So it is always nice to have your friend, you know, to always give you feedback. Always have the person that you believe the most. You know, obviously you cannot, you know, ask like every single one to give you the feedback, because everyone will give you different kind of feedback and it will confuse you. And if you're not ready to take that, then maybe you crash, you know. So usually I will suggest people to look for the people that you believe the most, that you listen to what they say the most, and take that as a fresh eye and start modifying your shots. And look at that. Look at what I did here, and you can see just like a minor tweak here and there. It can be a lot better. Look at that. This and this, this and this, this and this, this and this. Look at that. What about this? This one just now I spent some time in pushing it already. I kind of didn't really push, like follow too much already. So let's see how far I can even push this, you know. Let's see. Let's like all of them. Set key. Set key here. Wait, before that, there's a lot of comment. I'm super happy to see all the comment. Oh man. Thank you so much, guys. Is this how you usually sound like when enemy sound creepy when you say I know where to find you? Yes, keep it up, buddy. Enjoy. Thank you so much. Nikki Quack. Nikki Quack is my senior. I always heard his name in the One Academy when I was studying. Definitely someone that I look up to, but I never meet Nikki before. Hope we have time. Hope we have the chance, you know. Sometimes myself is too perfectionist also. Keep doing the same thing all over and over, refining. Yeah, man. If you're not moving forward, you're wasting time. There's no best animations, only better animations. Wow. Annie is sounding more philosophical than me. Oh, Jalin, hello. Shirley, hello. Oh, Shirley is looking at the apps. Nice one, Shirley. Good focus. This feels like I'm back in class. Hello, Victoria. Hello, hello. Slack. Okay, let's see how I can push this. You know, if the force is going forward, maybe I can push this like forward a little bit more. Maybe push more to here. And this one, you know, I also pick some of the thing that I learned from live drawing. I mean, 2D live drawing. And sometimes I also pick a few things and I want to put it into my 3D model. 3D animations. Sometimes, you know, when you're learning live drawing, right, they always ask you to compare here, compare there, compare this. You know the famous using a pen to compare. You know, people like to, then they compare it. People like to do that, right? So I kind of pick that. Maybe I should do things like that. You know, I should compare that, push it further, just like this. Now, if I put it like this, it seems like that is where the force really comes, right? Make it lower. And then see if I can twist the body even more. Ooh, you know, the chest is, wow, super like Hercules. See how I can push the face a little bit. And I cannot tahan the face, right? The face is very, I don't know, goofy. Okay, because of this pose, I gotta change the face. I cannot tahan anymore. It's too funny. This doesn't suit this pose, you know. Let's quickly change it. You need to make this like when you're posing, everyone, guys, when you're posing, use a lot of like object and word, like change it. It will be a lot easier for your brain to process. You know, sometimes if you put it to like object, it is a lot easier for you to pose your pose. Not too crazy. Put it down a little bit. Down a little bit. I think I need to close the mouth. I think the mouth is the problem. The mouth is always the problem. You guys agree that? Sometimes face is not a problem. The mouth is always the problem. Right? People talk a lot. Well, some people, they only talk a little bit. Sometimes people talk a lot. Here, yeah, I think this looks more force. You know, we need force. Bring this up higher, but not too high. I'm not gonna go like crazy to change the whole feeling of it. Now, let's check this. When I do this, set the key back. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Looks cool, right? That. Cocky face. He got blush on his cheek. He got TOS to an eye. What does that mean, TOS to an eye? You mean like eye bag? Oh my god, I have my eye bag. That's why I have to use the spec to kind of cover a little bit so that it's not too like dark. Look at that, guys. So this is exactly what I mean when we are posing, right? We don't, sometimes we do debate like, oh, 2D drawing is better, 3D drawing is better. I'm a person who only listen to people debate. I don't like to debate one. Instead, I like to pick the best thing from different medium, even though I'm not so good in live drawing, but I like to understand the concept of it. I listen to how they do live drawing. You know, I go YouTube and also listen to people when they are drawing what they are thinking, whether or not it is a flow, focusing on flow or focusing on proportions. Because when we are doing live drawing, it can be a lot of things, right? You can focus on different things. So as an animator myself, I don't need to focus too much on the proportions. Then what should I focus on when I'm posing? I should focus on the flow, the flow, the flow, the flow, the flow, the force, the force, the force, line of action, silhouette, silhouette, silhouette. You know, those are the things that I need to focus on, and I always need to focus on my directions. Where am I like posing my pose right now? Usually I don't pose in front of the camera, like I always mention. If I always have all this thing in my mind, right, it is just like when you're cooking, you're starting to understand, oh, this, if I cook too long, this one will burn. If I add too much salt here, this one will be too salty, and you start to orchestrate the whole thing, you know. When you're more pro and more pro, you can start to do more things in the same time. You can cook a different dish in the same time. Okay, so what I'm trying to say right now is that we are focusing a lot of stuff as an artist, as an animator. When we are doing our art, right, there's a lot of things running in our brain. When we are slightly beginner, we have to focus smaller things. I mean, not small, lesser thing. We have to focus lesser thing, lesser. When we gain experience, we start to throw more stuff, right? That's why when you are in the industry, when you started to work on a lot of shots throw into you, you will stress like crazy because you never experienced that. And your experience is not like slowly going up, your experience is like a big jump. Because in the school, whether or not it is in the one academy or even other like colleges, when you're in the school, um, maybe you are given 3 weeks or 4 weeks just to create a 10-second or 5-second stuff. But when you're in the industry, you do not have this privilege to slowly have it. And some more in the industry, the senior probably will give you a lot of like feedback, and you yourself probably will treat it super personal. You hate your senior, you hate your lead or whatever, and those are the factor that makes you stress, and those are the factor that didn't help you to push your work better. Okay, so you're gonna find your way to eliminate all of them. Watch more my YouTube channel. Just joking, okay. Oh man, it is 3:30 already. I only managed to do 3 poses. Man, okay. Let me do one more pose, okay? I'm having a lot of fun here. Let me do one more pose, yeah? Which pose? Which pose do you guys want me to do? It's too simple, you know? Too simple. Let's take this away. Let's do something more crazy. Maybe that one. Maybe this. Maybe this one. Or this one. Let's go with this one, okay? Since we're already doing like a macho and a fighting pose already, let's go with this. You know, I like the line of actions here. Oh shit, man! Flawless pluck. What does that mean? What does a flawless pluck mean? So let's go again. Now that everybody is pretty pro already, you know, about posing, I guess, you know, where is this facing? It's facing sideways. It's facing sideways. It's facing sideways. Create a really nice line of actions connected from the head to the neck to the chest to the body until the butt. And what's so good about this is that this whole thing is connecting from here, and it flows down in a curve. Flows down in a curve, and this thing is connecting here directly like this, and this thing is a smaller here. You can see this smaller piece here. So this is what I mean by just now I did mention about the Pixar animators. They always talk about the posing. Hello Angel. Angel, I'm almost finishing my stream, but thank you, you're here. So if you look at this part here is all pretty, you know, chill and not too crazy, but the other part is going slightly crazy, is moving a lot, you know. It's a lot of like moving curve and arcs, and that is why this is so amazing and why this looks good. Look at this, the knee. Sometimes we need to look at the knee also. The knee direction is also very important. If you look at this knee and this knee. Okay, I thought of one joke that my colleague Jane told me before. Like, what this knee really is shit, I forgot. I'm sorry, Jane, I forgot your joke. But it's somewhat about like this knee and this knee. Okay, I know it's a bad joke. Maybe because I didn't tell it properly. Next time I'll ask Jane to tell this to you all, okay? Okay, come back to here. This knee is facing that direction. This is facing this direction. It's facing these directions. This one facing this direction. This. Thanks for liking Jane's joke. It's not mine. Okay, let's go. Let's move on a new one quickly. Okay, from there, you see, this right now, my character pose is facing on that side, and this one is also facing on that side. Should I? Never mind. I just do it like directly from here, okay? Because it is facing to the same direction, so I guess it's pretty easy. So quickly put it back up. If not, alright, guys. If not, if you feel like changing the pose from this pose to this pose is pretty hard to do, you guys can actually copy it from here, though. Maybe it will be faster for you. It depends on you, lah. Okay, maybe it will be faster for you. Let's see how much it will be faster. You know, sometimes we just gonna be smarter, especially when you're in the industry where everything is rushing, or maybe not to say rushing, where every the pacing is like so fast. Just want to rotate here a little bit. Rotate. Okay, so in these kind of situations, do we rotate the body controller? Do we rotate the body controller, or we let the body controller to be flat? We just only rotate the hip. Which one? If you ask me, I will move both of them, but understand the reason when I move both of them. This is the body controller, this is the hip. I'll move slightly on the body controller, just like how I always did. I'll move slightly like this, and then I will use my hip to rotate, like push, like an extra push, you know. So this will always be my priority. This will be my second priority. I always use this to set directions, use this to push it further. Hope I answer that question. I create the question myself, answer that question myself. All right. Because I am a trained live streamer. Okay, actually I don't dare to say that. Okay. Because my student always train me so that I have to always talk to myself. And this live stream is basically just something that I just want to test out my ability, see whether I can talk for long or not. Now I understand my ability. I can talk, but not a lot, you know. I'm a quiet person. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people always misunderstood me. I'm a quiet person. You know, back then I don't really talk that much. I mean, obviously I only talk to my closest friend, my family, my parents. Obviously those I talk, right? But when I'm in the public, I don't really talk that much because I always worry people would judge me, not with my language. I mean, language is one of the biggest thing, but not only with the language. It's more on the content. I always thought that I do not have anything good to talk about when someone asks me to give my thoughts about stuff. Usually I will just keep quiet, you know. I am just a nobody. Why do you need my advice on something, you know? But then I noticed that I need to practice this better if I want to improve myself even further as a person or as a animator myself. If I want to be in a better leadership role, I have to know how to express my thoughts with people, right? I can't just keep quiet and just expecting people to channel with me and always say like, oh, you know, huh? You know? You know? I don't want that. I hope that I can have a better communication with people. So I keep training that. I always use my student as my trainer. My student is always my trainer. Just for some reason, I just feel comfortable talking to them because I'm the lecturer. I know that they will not judge me so easily. I know that they will just respect me, whether or not if I'm good or bad. But that gives me a lot of like confidence, you know. I need to thank all my students for giving me this training ground. Back then, if you ask my mom, I don't even dare to order KFC. That is how serious it is. Oh, now come to here, guys. If you want to create a feast post, just select all of them. I select the bigger brother. I think Honchi just now asked this question, right? Select all the big brother, which when I select this, all the other is also light up. I select this. Isolate them and I select everything. It saves a lot of my time instead of just like clicking one, right? So select all of them, set key. I just want to go back where I have a feast here, copy and paste. Oh man, I'm smart, right? Guys, you should be that smart also. This is not like those kind of like IQ 100 kind of smart. It is just stupid smart. I don't know what I'm talking. This is just a simple stuff, guys. Don't be too hardworking when you are creating art. Art is not about how hardworking. I mean, in terms of like posing or animating, is about how you can use this hardworking and utilize with the smart. That is how you improve your art. Look at this guy, so funny, but is posing like a very serious pose here. Let me just close this gap a little bit, even though he has like a... I think this one just now, I forgot who asked me this question about proportion already. You see, this character is weird, you know, in terms of the proportion. The neck is so freaking long, the shoulder is long. you know. But then at the same time, if you understand the concept of it, right, you know what to do. Push this further. Hey, looks cool, right? Hey, wow, it looks cool. You know, I don't even need to do my left hand finger, right? Do I need to? Cha! Maybe I'm gonna open my finger a little bit. Do the same thing. It will save you a ton of time. Do this. Open all of them. Cha! But the silhouette here. Wait, I'm checking. I'm checking pose. Oh, it does that. Someone here learn Muay Thai. Maybe I should put this like inside a little bit more. You know, sometimes because we want to make sure the silhouette is looking good, sometimes you're gonna just make this looks good in the camera, but sometimes it is not making any sense. Yeah, I want to show this more. Like that, you know. Open this. Wait, open this a little bit. I'm not sure if this is correct or wrong. So I just wanted to show you all like how when I'm posing, right, it should be something simple when you have answer when you study it. Obviously when I'm doing my own posing, I will not just draw on everything, right? I will not do that. I will just like, oh, I'll see this, you know, it's all in my brain, and I'll translate all in my 3D, and then I start posing it already, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll always do, and then I'll come back and refine it a little bit further. I always do that. But when I started teaching, right, when I have to teach them like step by step, oh, do this first, do that first, and when I started drawing over on the thing, on the pose that I'm trying to pose, it really got me thinking, and it really pushes my skill to a whole new level. I think that is also one of the good thing about teaching. I'm always reminding myself when I'm teaching student, all the thing that I'm trying to say to student, I have to do it right. I cannot be the hypocrite, right? So I have to. I mean, this is something that really um, helped me improving as a person. I like it when I started teaching. So if you have the chance, you can try teaching. You can try find some of your friends, teach them, share your knowledge and all. It will certainly help you. All right, let's push this even further and let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do. If I curve it more like this, would it be weird? Let's see. Maybe this one shouldn't be like this. Because I noticed this line is like going in. This one is like pretty flat instead of like connecting like directly. So this is something that I am looking at right now. Maybe it will make this thing looks more powerful, more force. Because to be honest, posing a character is easy. Or even doing an animation is pretty easy. But create a good pose or create a good animation is hard. It's definitely hard. So if you complain, shit man, I have to do this, I have to do that, I need to study this, need to study that. I mean, I'm sorry man, this is the journey to be the best animator. I mean, at least your own version. Sorry man, you gotta do that in order to improve, unless you have other methods. If you have other methods, share with me. I don't mind learning them, how I can be a better animator. And again, I need to change the face. Alright, never mind, let's not change the face. It's fine, let's let the face like that. Ah, looks so good, right? Yeah, I just kind of lean back a little bit and then curve the body in. You know, you can sense a different kind of force. Is it? Or maybe it's just me? I don't want to make this too high up. So I want to leave some gap between here so that it looks nice. Right? Select object, set key. Look at that. Oh, oh. Wow, I managed to create 8 poses. Okay lah, 4 only lah. I want to be exact. Ooh, whoa, what's up, Victor? Hello, Victor. Hello, Daddy. Call me Daddy. let's save first without saying so many things. Okay, that was it. That was it. God damn it, this knee. Oh, Philip is here. Hello, Philip. Wow, I have 37 viewers. Oh my god, I'm so happy. 37. It's more than my class already. My biggest class is 30. So this is my biggest live, biggest class. Oh man, I'm happy. Probably one day it will be what, 100,000 sometimes, 2,000, 3,000. I have imposter syndrome. I am professional. I am professional in dealing with imposter syndrome, and I'm still dealing with it right now with this YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm challenging myself every single day. I'm challenging myself. I'm fighting my imposter syndrome so hard every single day because of this channel. Before this channel, I do not have the chance to practice this that much, you know. Now every single like 2 to 3 weeks I have to come up with some content. I have to press the upload button. I have to upload the Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Those are the imposter syndrome, you know. But I'm still doing that right now, and it has been pretty good, I guess. Let me put this up here. You have the high ground. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, Emilia. Hello, Emilia. Famous now. Famous, yeah, famous a little bit. Got more, slightly more student already. Hey, everyone is celebrating. Cheers, guys. Have a great Sunday. See, I purposely covered because they're not sponsoring this. Damn it. Drink more water, guys. It's a critical. Wait, it's not critical anymore. You know, our gate is open. Malaysia, everyone can come in already without quarantine. Everyone just take care of yourself. You know, that's the only thing I can say. Because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you gonna make art? You know, how are you gonna improve your art, right? You get that you drink enough. Okay, probably I can try like maybe one live stream. I drink five can. Okay. I really hope you guys enjoy and learn a little bit here and there, you know, about all the tips and tricks when I post, and not just on the technique, but in the mindset as well. When you're posing it, go fast. Okay, always start with the middle. It's quite a simple topic, okay, but then a lot of people tends to forgot about it. And why I say a lot of people, because I meet a lot of students, meet a lot of beginners, and I'm working in the industry also. Some of the new joiners, some of the seniors even have this problem in posing. So when a senior still have this problem in posing, right, it's not something very bad. A senior will spend a lot of time in making them looks good. So that looks good, but they spend a lot of time. So the efficiency is not there yet. Okay, even though the efficiency, maybe some of the leads say, oh wow, you're doing fast, you know, but if you change to another subject, if you change to another kind of animations, it will take you longer. So sometimes we gotta be flexible, my friend. We gotta be flexible. We always have to be flexible. We always have to learn whatever things from every single one. I always say, let's just steal all of the good stuff and put it into yourself, you know, then you become yours. That's how I always do things. Oh, process. Process is yeah, I forgot your name. I'm sorry. Because now I'm doing live. I cannot remember your name. I'm sorry. When I remember your name, I'll find you. This is awkward. Never mind. I embrace the awkwardness. Okay, cool. I want to quickly break down, some of the great scenes. We only have like a few more minutes left. We only have like 10 more minutes left. I want to use this to break down this arcane scene. I wouldn't break down a lot of stuff. I just want to break down the pose, like how good is the pose, okay? Let's go. Maybe we can have a look. Is it too long? So cool, right? I don't know how many times I've seen this scene already. Yeah, so amazing. This is one of the amazing one. I wouldn't say it's the most amazing one because people later would debate a lot, right? But I just love the way they push the pose, right? I believe they always come back. When they're done already, they will come back, do revision, push it further. Do revision, push it further. I believe that is how they do the quality control. Wait, potong steam. Shit. Bruh. Oh, no. No. Why is not playing? Oh, a horn. Okay, sorry. Oh no, it is not playing. Maybe I should just refresh. Start here. Zing, zing, zing. So good, right? Look at those poses. Almost every single shot, right? It's a great line of actions and a great eye leading so that we all know where to look at. Look at the line of action. Look at that, guys. Okay, we can kind of skip this. No, here, let's go with those punching. Here we go. Let's go. Epic, right? Super epic. I've seen a lot of fighting scene. I'm sure you all also seen a lot of fighting scene. But how can they still top this fighting scene? I have no idea. Boom. Look at the line of actions. Some people might say, yeah, TM, there's a lot of cut shots in between, it's so easy to do. But it's no, don't say that. It is hard to do, even though there's a lot of like quick cuts, right? But this is an animated movie. Almost every single frame, right, is slowly crafted by all the passionate artists. Every single frame, even though it is a fast shot, if you don't study it frame by frame, right, you cannot really tell and you cannot really see those effort in there, Okay, so what I want to show you all is the poses that I mentioned just now. There's a lot of like curve. You look at this one, we can start from here already instantly. You can already see this 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame here. See that? 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, bam. Then it doesn't show as the surprise to you. And they are so good at this kind of line on put it in front of the camera, Almost they really do it like frame by frame already. Look at that kind of line of actions. Look at that. This one. And there's not too many straight line. It's always diagonal because it looks more extreme in a way. Look at that. This one, diagonal. Look at that. Why I always use the head to lead the movement? Because if you use the head to lead the movement, it will looks like it will create like a really big anticipations, for the next thing. Let's say on the left arm, on the right arm, you can really see. It's a bit anime-ish, but they kind of combine it with a little bit of a westerner touch in it, so it looks freaking amazing. Look at that, guys. Line of action. Look at that. Silhouette. Look at that. Just now the concept that I mentioned, complicated and smooth, complicated and smooth. Look at that, this is a super anime. This is the punch here, and they do a lot of like a what do you call that, motion blur. Bam. So started with this, you can see this has a line of actions, very nice silhouette here, even though it's pretty dark. You know, sometimes as an animator, right, why the lecturer or why the lead will always ask you to take care of your silhouette is because sometimes we do not know what happened with the lighting. The lighting can be very dark. You don't know, right? Because we're just animator, we have no idea how the lighting is going to be. So the best, if we can have the best silhouette ever, okay, so that it is easier for the lighter to light also. So look at that. Look at this amazing arc here. So you can see the way they transition the pose from this to this. Look at the arcs different. So line of actions can create a lot of force. Look at this. So just now I did talk a lot about force, right? When I'm posing my pose. You know, this is the force that they are going to. And you can also see this here. Now with this arm here is facing to this direction. So always lead by the head. Look at that. This is what Vi always use. Always lead by the head. Create the extremeness. Boom. Look at that. Oh my god. Look at this amazing, amazing pose here. And this thing is straight because it looks like a big force that like going forward. This is the curve on the hand here. This is the body. Even though I am not so good in drawing, but I am good in capturing curve. I'm good in creating flow. And the more we practice all this, you know, draw overs and also really understand the reference, it will automatically translate to our finger, to the mouse, to click the pose. Boom. Amazing. So let's go. Again, they always do the same thing. Bam. I will not talk about the camera, okay? If you talk about the camera, it take me another 3 hours to talk about it. But I just want to talk about the pose. Still, as the camera is leading the whole action still, you know? So this is the punch, and then this is the arc. It is flowing. You can see the silhouette here, even though it is dark. And you can clearly see what is happening. Sometimes in real life movie, right? In a real movie, especially those Hollywood movie, right? When they cut, they like to cut, right? They cut. Like, huh? What is happening? Because they cut too fast, really, and it is a real life movies. They cannot really control the poses or the silhouette, you know. That's because of that. There's a lot of time people will need to reshoot and reshoot on the spot. So as an animator ourselves, almost every single frame we can kind of modify a little bit to the best to audience eye. So look at this pose. The force is constantly going to screen right. Look at that. So just now was like this, going to screen right, bam, bam. And you can see this line of actions here. It's still a very, very big big changes, and with these big changes and very clear silhouette, right, you can see that it is all blur, right? Because when it comes to rendering, they will add a lot of motion blur into it. So a lot of time also when we are doing like a really fast motions, if you apply motion blur to it, it will create a great feeling. So it gives me another point to have to make sure our silhouette is good, you know. So we have to focus on the silhouette, guys, as an animator. So look at that. This up is amazing because it just flow your eyes up back to here. You can see the pose. The pose is slightly broken in here, but you know it's just happening too fast. It's fine. You know, so it's a transition pose. Bam. What else? Wait. Oh, this pose is cool. Look at this pose. Yeah. Boom. Oh, this is super cool. So you see how she transformed the force, you know, everything right now is all in square. Everything is in great stance, you know, great stance, anticipations. Let's go. Anticipations. Lead with the body first. Lead with the body. Slowly. This is the first lead, second lead. Then now the leg took over and it create a flow already. create a flow. You can see the force of it. Create a flow. It's a curved line here, obviously, curved line, and then you can see extreme pose here, and then lead with the head again. This hand is going back. This one stay put. Reach, stay put, and then bam! Holy shit! And then everything just go forward. This is the force. This is the force. It's leading. No. Boom. Then obviously they modified the pose a little bit. Just now the pose wasn't like this. They modified the pose a little bit. Now it looks like this. Look at that. So cool. Oh, I noticed when I'm explaining, when I'm breaking down this clip, everyone pretty quiet in the comment section. It seems like you guys are enjoying, right? I think so. I think you guys are enjoying my breakdown, right? Because you guys are not talking anymore. Then you have like the run. Dun, dun, dun. Hell yeah, there's a lot of, great stuff going on in this clip. If we go break down frame by frame, if you go break down frame by frame, you're gonna take us like to know how long, Same goes to this near automata. If you guys are interested to look at this kind of gameplay animations, it creates a lot of great and clear poses. This kind of poses is where they transform from the study that we have from the live drawing, and now you have to use a lot of imagination to create such combo. Hopefully I can play this. I'll just play it for a while. Sometimes it is very hard for us to just use a reference to support concept like this. Some kind of like a combo. We can't even use real life to do that. Even if you ask me myself, some of the reference is not good enough in order for us to create such thing. This one you have to add a lot of animation sense into it. Look at that. How right? We cannot even think of it. You need to have like certain imaginations to it already. So in order to achieve something like this, we need to keep practicing. We need to keep practicing posing it, whether or not it is realistic or it is stylized. You have to always gain this knowledge and store it in somewhere in your brain. Archive them properly. And when you have the chance to do something like this, right, bring all them out. Express. Release your creativity. All right, so at the end, I just want to show this trailer again. There's no spoiler because it is a trailer. There's one scene when they dance, right? It's freaking amazing. Love it so much. Where is it? You can clearly see all the poses, right? It's not normal people pose, as in like normal, like every animator that posed this scene, right, is amazing. They don't simply pose it one. Every single scene is a wallpaper. Every single scene. So nice. Look at that. All line of action is everywhere. There's not too much of straight line. Always remember that. The girl is so funny. Very, very nice. You can look at all those poses, right? Especially this dance. This part, I love it so much. I love this scene so much. The very, very expressive. Look at all this expressive poses here. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, see, this is balance pose. You guys know this is a balance pose because one leg here is is the middle, and then the weight here and the weight here. It just makes so much sense. Look at those silhouette. The director mentioned she want to add a lot of like anime stuff into this film, and we can clearly see that with those poses. Look at that. Look at those amazing pose. This is the most funny one. I love this girl, man. This is super funny. This one also. Look at that. It's amazing. This one is slightly more like a normal human. This too doesn't look like a normal human at all. Look at that. Look at that shift of the weight, and then look at those fingers that they're trying to sell you. Look at those arc. Look at those finger. Freaking adorable. Big eye, flat eye. Okay, look at this pose here. Look at this pose. Look at that, guys. Oh my god. It's the flow. It's the flow. It's the flow. I just wanna exaggerate the finger a little bit. Look at this. This is like the Michael Jackson pose, you know. This one's like this. So cute. Look at this. It's like this. This one is the most normal one. This is the most normal dancing pose. So nice, right? So if you see it clearly, it creates like a freaking amazing outline as our first impression. You can see this outline is so nice. Wow, look at that. Everyone here thought I'm going to say some Easter egg thing, right? No, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, Siakam King. Have to pay attention. Okay, okay. Oh, this new T-shirt, I think, wow, that is such a great idea with the new T-shirt thing. You know. If I take this idea, please don't come and take money from me, okay? Okay. So guys, it's 4 something already. Great time usually pass really fast. I believe it's end for us already. I really hope to have live sessions every single month. Every month at least once lah. Okay, to probably show you guys how I animate or just share maybe some film breakdown like what I did right now. I love to do all this thing, and every single time when I do all this, right, it just release my inner child again. It just makes me love animation even more. You know, that kind of spirit that I kind of, to be honest, I kind of lost those love, you know, a few years back because I've been in this industry for quite some time already. It kind of feel a bit boring to me because I've been doing it like every single day. But then now when I this YouTube channel is kind of like a turning point in my career. You know, when I do more of this, it just remind myself on how much I love animations before, and now with the knowledge I have, I know animations even more, you know, and the more I talk about it, the more I love it. That's why even though during my free time I am doing animations, you know, how nice is that, right? Can you guys imagine that? Even though it is pretty tough, you know, I need to time manage well. So that also comes in with my experience on how I do time management. Time management is definitely something that I would really love to master, and I want to put it in and test out, you know, how I manage my time. You know, even though I have, you know, I have family, I need to take care of my rest. You know, I have a full-time job, I have teaching, you know. So probably in the future I can have some content just to talk about time management, you know. Right? I guess that's about it, everybody. By the way, this is my wife. My wife is supporting me. Everybody, I guess that's about it. Guys, I'll see you all. I'll see you all pretty soon. To my student, please do your assignment. Please do your assignment. Okay, I'll see you guys again. Please subscribe my channel if to those who haven't subscribed yet, because it will really help me a lot. I know building a channel is hard enough already, but I will be super grateful if anyone here can just share this out if you really find this is helpful to you in such content. Okay, share it out, like, subscribe if you want, put the bell. I never said that, now I said that, put the bell. Peace out, everybody. Bye bye.